a natural hair product that I'm about to buy from and this will be the first person and product, because I'm that type of person. I gotta be sold on the person as well as the product for me to even promote their product, for the most part. And I still have that thought because there are no legit black women who are ready. Y'all know I'm an advocate for a particular cure-all. A legitimate cure, literal freaking all. You guys don't hear me though. That's okay. It's not my place to tell it to you. But it is my place to inspire the person that is going to be able to inspire y'all. That's what my role is. Okay? Because I don't have the patience or tolerance for ignorance and dumbassery. So since I don't have that patience that it damn well takes to reach the most ignorant, the sleepest, the most bandwagon followingest sheeple in the universe, I don't have that kind of patience and tolerance. But I do have the ability to attract people who do have the patience and the platform to reach those other people that I can't / and or won't. I had hair products in mind so long ago. I don't have to tell y'all. Y'all know this stuff is a cure-all, a literal cure-all, with no negative side effects. You mean this? You mean to tell me? Cause you know this by now. Even if you wanted to be in denial for years and years and years, you know this by now. That tells me that shows me how deep society's, just how psychotic this society genuinely is. And you can be brainwashed. You can be raised to be so. That's a difference that my sister and I have with sociopaths. She has a fascination with them. I'm fascinated by them. You know, I'm fascinated to be able to pinpoint who they are instantly and run in the other direction. Because I'm not making the time. I'm not making the time to, why you want to save her? She don't want to be saved. But that's the compassion thing that I'm attracted to in good people. So everybody I love is going to have that ability and tolerance that I don't have. I don't. But I will be able to inspire them to protect themselves while they're doling out all this extra love and attention that people indeed need. Okay. I started to say I need to stop talking and be productive, but I need to be productive as I continue to talk. Rose petals all over. So as I learned more about infusions, I was thinking, why don't I make a trip out to Colorado and check out the process? Because maybe there's some other angle of magic I could whip on mine that would make it, that would personalize it for me instead of just coming up with some boilerplate simplicity. But on the other hand, I am genuine with this. I just really want to share, but I just don't think that I should go broke sharing a bunch of priceless information. I need money too, right? That's my sellout price, is to be able to be paid for very priceless information and inspiration that people are most definitely, especially in this current state in society, be able to find elsewhere, because common sense is such a hot commodity right now. I should be paid for the common sense that I have. Back to the genuine me who really feels it and really has a passion for it. I really want to share the information, because when people look at me like I think I'm better than them, you act like you never made a mistake or never made a bad decision or whatever. It's not even a competition for me. If we want to make it a competition, I made less than you. And that's why you feeling some kind of way. Rather than you saying, yeah, I made a lot more mistakes in a lot of other different areas. And so since I did, let me listen to what you got to say. Okay, I want to say since you know so much, but with other people I can say since you know so much, and they in a fucked up relationship as they speak about how to get in one. As a relationship specialist. That's not what this video is about. My sincerest apologies. Yet again. Maybe I'm in my feelings. Maybe I'm again acting out. So yeah, as I was saying, it's a cure-all, right? I went way too far. Okay. So it's a cure-all, right? I've actually used it on a burn. Aside from the sting that I still got when I got near something warm, it was like the burn never happened. Okay, like there was no welting, scarring. It was red as hell for the whole rest of the damn night, and still a little leftover stinging the next morning. But I'm telling you, I was actually doing a cooking video when it happened, and I was really nervous because from what I know about burns, in my head, that whole next morning, I actually feel stinging right now where the burn was, just thinking about it. And that's just how strong a burn memory is, I guess. Because I'm thinking about this wrist and hand getting near some warm water right now, and it's stinging like it did that night that it got burned, but didn't get burned because I had treated my wrist and hand. If I can find that video, I'll put a clip in, but oil popped up and covered my whole entire wrist and hand. And I felt it, and it was red. And is this turning red? It feels like it's turning red. But anyway, physically, it was like that burn never happened. Welting, no pus, no darkening, no lightening. And the stinging was literally just that. It was stinging, but it wasn't a pain. Does that make any sense? Like, like if this wasn't treated, this would hurt so bad. I can feel it. Like, it stings enough to where that's how you feel when it happens. Short story long, because that's what we do here, right? I started thinking about other things. I was like, the active ingredient is all about cell repair. So why wouldn't it, right? Why wouldn't it be helpful, including, and maybe even especially topically as well? You know, people have all these new lotions and stuff that come out, skincare lines, but not like what I'm talking about. I'm talking about significant amounts of healing agents within your product, not necessarily meant for ingestion specifically. So as I thought more about it and saved up more money, because it takes a lot of active ingredient to apply to whatever agent you're going to use, and whether it be a topical salve or a hair product. So my next experience was I put it on my, okay, let me tell you about my crusty heels. All right. So my heels get crusty in my middle age, right? So definitely a minimum of every other time, but almost every shower I get into in between, there's another layer of crust that have built up on my damn heels. And I don't know if it's related or not, but my heels, when they're really at their crustiest, it sounds horrible, but they be crusty, girl. When they're at their crustiest, I'll get in the shower. And it can be from day to day. Like I said, it builds fast, honey. So I can get in the shower, and when I turn around and let the warm water hit my back, when it reaches down to my heels, it itches where all the dead skin has rebuilt, and I got crusty heels. Warm water coming down the back of the shower, when it hits my heels itch. My literal heels itch. So it makes me want to scrub them, right? And so, which is cool because that motivates me to use the pumice bar. But I only use the pumice bar after I have been in the shower for at least 10 minutes, because I wanted to soften up the area with the thickest layer of dead skin. That sounds so gross. So my next experience entailed me getting out of the shower and using it on my heels. When I tell you a cure-all. So what I did was I pumiced my heels like I normally do, and I got out of the shower, and I just put straight CureALL salve on my feet, just the bottom and the top of my feet and between the toes and all the toes, right? And then after I have a generous layer of CureALL salve on my feet, I'll put regular lotion on top of that. And really, the only reason I do that is because it smells. So I use the regular lotion to tone the smell down, so it just smells like regular lotion. That's literally the only purpose the regular lotion is serving right now. And then after that, I put on a footie, just an anklet, and that's it. Oh, I was telling Mister about 4 days later. I was like, dude, when I get in the shower now, like, my heels don't itch when that warm water touches it back there. And there's no new layer of dead skin. This is 4 days later. I told you every day I would need to do that all over again. But this is day 4. And another layer of dead skin has not come about. It has not happened, right? So I was like, maybe I should not take a chance and, reapply. Because I still hadn't reapplied the salve either. I just been getting in and out of shower, regular lotion, right? I did that salve one time, and this is like 4 days later I'm looking at. So I decided, well, I want to see how long it's going to go, right? Just short of a week, like 6 days, right? And I got in the shower. I just didn't want the layers of dead skin to come back ever. I'm just going to pumice my feet real lightly, and then I'm going to get out and use it again. Just because I don't even ever want it to come back. I don't even want it to come back at all, even if I have to skip finding out how long the oil will work without reapplying. I don't even want to see it anymore. And if I can obviously go and apply it once a week, and it will eliminate, bitch, dead skin on the bottom of my feet and heels, and, you know, if I could have enough to use once a week, I could just probably use it once a week. On my heels, that is. So that got me to thinking, you know, when I said how I always have to store my hair in 2 puffs, right? Because something about the part that gets pulled, like when I pull my hair back in a bun or a pigtail, the part that gets pulled stays healthiest. This part that doesn't get any pull doesn't get any, it's not as healthy, right? And it also dries out quicker. So I started feeling what seemed to be maybe some dryness happening in the back of my scalp. And so, and maybe on the side too. I don't remember now, because CureALL, bitch. I took the salve and I mixed it with my hair oil that I used. So I basically used the same thing on my scalp that I used on my foot. Stuff that I used before I put the lotion on top of it. That's what I used on the same scalp. Because again, my thinking was, I started thinking about people with dandruff. And I thought, if this stuff can literally cure thick layers of crusty dead skin on the heels of somebody's foot, what you think it's gonna do to a little dandruff? Yes, bitch. This is how innovation happens. One of you motherfuckers is gonna steal my idea and ball out. And all I ask of you is access. And I won't be mad if I play some sort of promotional role, as long as you stay on the up and up. I mean, I don't care about how you choose. I get being a sociopath is in if you're trying to get over on people, but as long as your product stays on the up and up and you don't be trying to like short people and stuff. Because as those of you watching this particular video know, there is no such thing as being heavy-handed, too heavy-handed with it for it to work. I'm a living witness. You could use that shit for cuticle oil. I know some of y'all serious about y'all cuticles. I don't get it, but CureALL, bitch, all. And I'm not suggesting that you get started on your journey or on anything like that where you would be in jeopardy. But if you plan to on your own anyway, and it was an idea brewing in your head, then bitch, get on board now before the system. I just believe they're gonna if they ever decide to admit it's a cure-all, I promise you they're gonna dive in head first to micromanage that bitch. So I just encourage you. I encourage you to get your pioneer and entrepreneurship on. To self-included. Self-included. Because we all know when I do it, I'm going to do it right. And I'm going to do too much. I'm going to do too much sometimes in terms of selling. But y'all going to know I'm genuine with it all. At the same time, don't disrespect mine. But, you know, everybody got to hustle. But if your hustle is bullshit, then I'll call that shit out. I will call that shit out. As mentioned, my tolerance for ignorance is minimal. Sometimes it really is difficult to watch the rest of the world sleep. But you know why? You know why they're asleep. It's hard to wake up. What do you expect for a church person to do once they realize, let's say they realize it all in one day, that everything they've been conditioned to believe could be a lie? You know, you hear people joke about that, oh, everything is a lie. You ever thought about what that might really feel like? To learn that everything you ever learned, or were conditioned to believe could possibly be a lie? Like all of it. That could fuck a regular person's head all the way up. Because if you learn that everything that you believed in that you couldn't see is potentially a lie, then what's next? What do I believe in now? Bitch, yourself. Believe in yourself. The God that you've been studying about and learning about is in you. When you talk about getting on your knees and bowing your head and closing your eyes and putting your little hands together, like we've all been conditioned, it's the national emoji for praying. And then people who meditate, who ask the elements, who ask the nature and the gods and the fate and destiny to guide them and to make the right decision. Even just if you're a scientific-led person, and you're like, I just want to weigh the odds and balances and for it to end up right, for it to weigh it out properly, for it to end up productive, with a goal reached, a mission accomplished. Who do you think you're talking to when you're meditating? In most cases, it's not a literal voice that you physically hear. It's the voice within. Who do you think that is? Just who do you think you are? You must thought you was a regular person. And most people are, but if you're over here on this channel, if you're on this channel and on this particular video, and you've gotten this far in the video, and you are still listening, and in fact intrigued somewhat, even a little bit, then you're God. Not because you listen to me, but your God is in you. Give yourself some credit. And I wouldn't say don't learn anything from anybody, because y'all know I don't trust nobody. I don't believe nothing nobody got to say. And even the people I trust, I'm well aware that they can be persuaded by outside elements. Even as I listen to them, I have to listen and consider where they got the information from, because they might be falling for some mess that somebody else is throwing out there. I'm enjoying this time with y'all. So in this session, ultimately, I've been talking about a legit, philosophical, and literal, and big spiritual cure-all given to us by God. And who do we learn that God is today, boys and girls? You. You're God. And I'm God. She's in you, sisters and brothers. I got a little bit done. And I didn't officially just come out and say it, because I told you about the heels, I told you about the burn, and I told you about something else. What else was there? Oh, a bruise. There was a bruise. I didn't post that video because you could see how fat I was. But there was a bruise that it also healed. But I came back to tell you that I realized I didn't just come out right out and tell you, because I'm shooting straight here. I'm shooting straight. I'm not just selling you some shit. Because when it all comes down to it, when I get mine together, it's gonna be something that you could just do yourself. But you're paying me for the convenience of doing it for you and sending that shit to you all nice and neat. That's it. That's what a lot of businesses are. And maybe I'll start shopping for motherfuckers too. Nobody's hiring me for anything. I'm not cast for the get down or rebel. I'm supposed to be coming in as her cousin, but I'm not. Because I need to have some bullshit in my life, or I can, in order to be known and respected for artistry. That's how it is. Welcome to America. But if I could just take a little salt out of that recipe, because that's one of the stations that I own in Fox. Anyway, BET is one of the stations that I don't allow my TV to be on, but live a longer, healthier life. Assuming the chemtrails don't get us, or the wiring, those wire ladders, electricity ladders. I told you, Mr. calls them cancer sticks because they make his head tingle when he drives by them. They always have his whole life. So he calls them cancer sticks. And so he was calling them cancer sticks before people start calling cigarettes cancer sticks. He should say cancer ladders. They look like ladders. Hand me the coat. It fitted, and fit. It fitted. Fitted, daddy, I want you. Not only is it fitted, it has this lining. Shake it like a cat, like a mission. Do it again, up out of here, go somewhere. Can do what's best for me. Baby, that means I gotta. It might be too late.